So my wife's going to a gala tonight as her client's date. I'm 44 and my wife is 44. She works on an art advisory committee, so attending galas, events, and client meetings is part of her job. She often meets clients for coffee, lunch, or dinner, and I don't always know the details, and that's completely normal because it's part of her work. She's always professional, transparent about her friendships, and I trust her judgment completely. Recently, she mentioned she's going to a gala with a friend, S. He's a wealthy client she met about a year ago, and they became friends professionally. She introduced me to him once, and he seems like a genuinely good person. He invited her as his date to this gala, and my wife said it's fine. I did ask her, though, if she's actually going as a date, and she just laughed and said, date doesn't always mean romantic. She said it's important for her, she could get networking and meet new people. Then she smiled and said, if I get into this gala, next time I won't need to take that man with me, I'll take you instead, while laughing. She's been getting ready since morning, picking her dress, hair, makeup, the whole thing. And man, I don't know why, but I've never felt this uneasy about her going out before. I'm jealous, but I don't want to ruin her opportunity either. Still, it feels strange, like handing your wife to another man's arm in front of everyone, even if it's purely professional. I'm not saying she'd ever cheat, I trust her, but that thought lingers. So yeah, tonight, I'm just gonna cope hard. Not sure how I'll sit here at home while she's out there shining under the chandeliers, but I guess that's part of loving someone ambitious. She said she'll share her live location, text me during breaks, and not visit any private place or his hotel after. She'll be back around midnight. Maybe later, sometimes she comes back to home in the early morning after event. I'm not insecure. My wife would kill me if I went on a date night with another woman. I could pick one of my friends or even another woman to go out with, but I don't. Out of respect for our marriage and love for my wife. It's always about the choices you make and the sacrifices you accept. I didn't stop her because I respect her and her opportunity. She left home a few hours back. His driver picked her. She was looking happy. Just some minutes back, she posted story. She reached the gala and she's safe. And I'm going to my buddy's place.
So my wife left for the gala around 5:30. S's driver picked her up and she was glowing, excited, confident, beautiful. When she left, I felt a bit uneasy, but I smiled and wished her a great night. After all, it's part of her work. Once she was gone, I had the house all to myself. Kids were at their grandparents'. I spent the first few hours reading your comments, and they actually made me feel lighter. Then I saw her Instagram stories. She was posting pictures with her date and some other people at the gala. She texted me later, and I teased her a bit, saying, "Tell the bartender to pour one for your jealous husband sitting at home pretending to be chill wine." She laughed. Honestly, she looked stunning in that gown, I can't even deny it. Her date was lucky to have her as his date that night. It was worthy for whole day preparation, makeup, waxing, and that costly gown. Around 8, I went to my buddy's place for a couple of drinks and dinner. He's a single guy who lives alone, the most chill dude ever. I told him everything, and he just laughed and said, "Why are you worrying? You'll get a new wife next time, and a younger one." I couldn't help but laugh too. Anyway, I got back home around 10, called my wife, and we talked for a bit. Everything seemed fine. Around 1 a.m., I noticed more photos popping up on her feed. She was mingling with some big names and even a few royals. Around 1:30, she video called me and said she was staying over at a female friend's place since it was too late to drive back. Her friend was right there, said hi, and even asked if I was okay with it. I said yes, I appreciated that. My wife said her date had already left for home, so that's where it ended. She had said she'd be back home by midnight, and I'd even planned to drop her off or pick her up. I suggested that plan before the gala, but she didn't ask me to come and get her. This morning, around 10, she came home in her friend's car still smiling, but her hair was messy and her gown looked nothing like when she left. It was obvious she'd had a long night. She kicked off her gown, sat in the garden taking sunbath, and started telling me stories from the gala while I made her some juice. I can't say what exactly happened, whether it was all innocent or not, but the truth is, she spent the entire night out. I don't have any proof of anything wrong, but I do know that her date introduced her as his date to those elite guests. To that crowd, they probably looked like a couple. I'm still processing everything. She didn't keep the one promise she made that she'd be home by midnight. Instead, she stayed out the whole night.